The internet can be a wonderful place, but the more you search and the deeper you delve, it will soon become apparent that the internet can also be extremely strange and mysterious. And even though the internet puts a wealth of knowledge and information at our fingertips, there is still so much about the internet that we do not understand. We all log on to it every day, checking our emails, posting our statuses and watching YouTube videos, but very few of us actually know how the internet works. While it's true that you don't need to understand something to appreciate it, the idea of browsing the internet is similar to rowing a boat on the open ocean, or walking around in the dark. You just don't know what there is out there and what is really going on. And that is what makes these 5 internet mysteries so strange. Oct282011.com was a strange website that appeared way back in 2011. It consisted of a dark screen containing only a few cryptic lines of text, a link that led you to crudely drawn images of pyramids and Schrodinger's cat, and a phone number that most people were too terrified to call. To most people, Oct282011.com had all the markings of a cult recruitment page. There was a fixation on a future date, which is thought to have been linked with a religious event. This is where things started to get strange. When the appointed date came and went, people began to call the number. What these people heard was creepy to say the least. There would be an unnatural silence followed by a loud beep. Some swore they could hear heavy breathing in the distance. 1 or 2 reported awful muffled voices. At least one person heard something heavy being dragged across the floor. It was later discovered by a Reddit user that the phone number had a Texas area code. In a YouTube video, one person claimed that they called 3 times and heard something so disturbing that they can't even describe what it was. One person who called 6 times heard a sinister voice whisper, "It's him again." Then suddenly the website went dark. Just as Reddit got involved, the whole thing shut down and vanished. You can go see for yourself. All that remains are banner ads. Who was behind the original site and what those horrible phone messages were, no one can say for sure. What do you think? In 2000, an internet user under the name of John Titor claimed to be from the year 2036. In posts to multiple forums, he said that he was a survivor of a devastating civil war which had ripped America into 5 separate states, and seen nuclear bombs explode across the continent. He was in the past to retrieve some urgent needed retro technology and just maybe change the future. If he was telling the truth, then we can only assume that Titor succeeded. His prediction of a 2004 civil war, the death of the Olympics, and a mid-2000s nuclear bombing of mainland United States clearly haven't happened. Titor's story has been gone over with a fine-tooth comb and found to be full of internal inconsistencies. The mystery here isn't was Titor a time traveller, it's that we still have no idea who he was. The poster clearly knew his way around old computers. He was also very up to date on technological news, making references to things like the Unix year 2038 problem, which is a kind of second millennium bug which will happen in January 2038. Beyond that, I can't find anything else on this mystery. If this is a hoax, why would somebody think up something like this and go through all the effort of making it so believable? And why did he suddenly stop? I guess we may never know. I couldn't do an internet mystery video without mentioning Cicada 3301. For the people who don't know, this is a mysterious organisation that posts complex puzzles on the internet for the public to solve. It's like an intense internet scavenger hunt which occurred in January from 2012 to 14. The first communication Cicada had with the internet was via a post on 4chan's random board. The poster claimed that it was somehow communicating a hidden message, and that it wanted people to decipher it in order to recruit intelligent individuals, although what these individuals were needed for was unknown. Amateur cryptanalysts all over the world started working together towards an answer, but as they solved each puzzle, another one was revealed, becoming more complex and individualized as the game went on. The hunt required a good deal of technological knowledge, but as it progressed, contestants found that they also needed an understanding of number theory, philosophy, classical music, cyberpunk literature, occult Victorian poetry, Mayan numerology, Kabbalah, and the life cycle of cicadas. Nor were the clues confined to the internet. Experienced hunters reported that they had to call phone numbers in Texas manned by automated voices. Some clues were posted in physical forms on lampposts from Warsaw to Sydney. Participants in the hunt claimed that the clues were not randomly chosen, but told a story about the strange ideology of Cicada 3301. After 3 months, a handful of participants gained access to a certain website, at which point they were sent an email which was later leaked. Have a look. Then the website was shut down, leaving only the message, "We want the best, not the followers." So what do you think about this particular mystery? Let me know in the comments. A858 is the name of a mysterious subreddit. Since 2011, the unknown owner of the subreddit has been posting thousands of long-coded text messages to the subreddit almost every day. These strange messages intrigued the Reddit community so much that a separate subreddit was set up called Solving A858 for the sole purpose of attempting to decode the cryptic messages. It has been pointed out by YouTube user 32 that the messages appear to be written entirely in hexadecimal, which is a numerical notation system used in computer programs. Thousands of people have used a wide range of advanced code-breaking techniques in an attempt to crack the codes, but the messages and the person behind them still remains a mystery. The deep web is the internet that cannot be found using a search engine. A common analogy is that using Google or Yahoo on the internet today is like dragging a net across the surface of the ocean. You inevitably catch a lot of stuff, but there will be elaborate ecosystems of information that reside in the deep, which will be swept right over. This is because pages in the deep web are not indexed in a way that allows traditional search engines to see them. Recent evaluations say that the deep web could be 500 times bigger than the 555 million websites on the visible web. The deep web is agreed by many to descend in levels. Level 1, for example, is Facebook, YouTube and Google. It's the part of the internet where the majority of us feel comfortable and know what we are doing, and is relatively easy to understand. Level 2 is academic databases, personal information, financial records. To access this level, you need a username and passwords. It is often used by businesses to find out more about customers and for market research. Level 3 is illicit drugs, child porn, stolen credit card numbers, human trafficking, weapons and exotic animals. To reach this level you need to use Tor, a browser that operates by bouncing communications off servers around the world to make it difficult to detect the user's IP address. Although a lot of the activity that Tor is used for is evil, it is also used as a safe haven for victims of cyberstalking, political dissidents, and can help just about anyone regain digital independence. In fact, when Twitter was momentarily banned in Turkey in the lead up to its 2014 election, Tor saw a massive spike in activity in this region. Level 4 is also known as Mariana's Web, which is named after the deepest ocean trench on Earth. This level is speculative. No one knows whether it actually exists. It is said to contain a repository of all humanity's best kept secrets, including the location of Atlantis. It is more or less the internet's version of the Vatican's secret archives. You can only access this level using polymeric Falke-Gode derivation, which requires quantum computers to work, but quantum computers do not exist. At the end of the day, the deep web is still just a network of human-made activity. Anything mysterious that happens inside it emanates from us and our technology. Yet the way people talk about it with fear and reverence almost feels like it has somehow become the subconscious of the internet, filled with our collective terrors where ghosts, boogeymen, gods, myths and supernatural dreams of the past 10,000 years of civilization have been uploaded, and from where they will continue to haunt us into the future. So, that was 5 strange unsolved